Hello, beloved. Today we do sacred reading together. It's an opportunity for us to trust that Spirit can speak into our lives what we need to hear as we read deeply from a sacred text. I want to start by saying something. Uh, this one is being broadcast on a week of an election here in the United States. If you're from somewhere else, it may or may not impact your life, but here it has impacted the life of many people we know. Now, one of the danger of any spiritual practices, including sacred reading, is that we will try to bypass any feelings that we are bringing into the moment. That we will use the spiritual practice to skip feeling the feelings we're feeling or to jump over them altogether. Whatever you're feeling about this week's nationwide election here in the country, we can certainly hope that as we read the text, we will hear something that will help us if we're struggling or will encourage us if we feel positively about what's going on. No matter where you find yourself, uh, allow yourself time to sit with whatever is going on within you, to give it over spiritually, to let it go for a moment, not so that you don't ever have to come back to it, but oftentimes what we'll see in the text as we listen is the echoes of the divine, but also based on where we are right now. So maybe we'll hear something today that is exactly what we need to hear, whatever it is we need to hear, wherever you are on this journey. Sacred reading is indeed the belief that Spirit can speak fresh and live to us through a text. We don't have to study 16 commentaries and understand what the intention was 2,000 years ago in sacred reading, although we may have studied enough to know what that might be, and it might color our experience of what it says. But sacred reading, also known as Lectio Divina, is trusting that Spirit can say a word or a group of words, a phrase, an image that will help us in this moment, that will challenge us in this moment, that will call us out in this moment. And when we are stirred up, it's hard to be steady. It's hard to listen with the ears of our heart. We're more likely to listen with the ears of our head and try to look for ways that reinforce what we already think. And sometimes that'll happen. Sometimes that'll happen. But in our best moments, perhaps we can listen beyond what we want to hear to what we need to hear. Not always the same thing. So we are in and have been in the first letter of John. We're in chapter 4, and today we will finish off the fourth chapter. We're looking at verses 19 through 21. That's the end of First John for us. So, First John chapter 4 for us. Next week we picked up with First John chapter 5. So sit with me, if you will. Listen with me, if you will. At the end, you can stop. You can reread it yourself. You can use any version you want to. Again, it's First John chapter 4, verses 19 through 21. Read it aloud and listen. You can practice this every day if you want to, trying to, in a quiet space within, to find what you need to know, need to hear, what the divine wants to reveal to you in this moment. At the end, I'll pause. You can stop the video if you want to. But if you hang on, I will reflect on what I heard. And maybe that'll be helpful to you. Maybe it won't be. You choose. It's your time, our time together here in this space. So listen with me for a word, for Spirit to speak into our lives. We love because God first loved us. If we say that we love the Great Spirit but hate others, then we are speaking with a forked tongue. If we do not love someone we can see, then how can we love a creator we cannot see? And from Creator, we have been given this instruction. The ones who love the Great Spirit must also love the members of Creator's family. Well, more on love. More on love. If you've been following along in First John, it seems like we keep coming back to that same theme. These letters of John seem to encourage over and over again love. My message for this coming Sunday in worship is going to be love, but that's a side issue. As I think about love and what this particular text says, I am struck that the origin of love is the divine. That when I love, I'm channeling something that comes to me from the divine. It passes through and around and in me. It surrounds me below and above and on all sides, and is also within. I am struck by the fact that my call at its most basic level, and not just mine, but I think maybe all of our calls at its most basic level, is to learn to love everyone as though they're members of Creator's family. Right after a divided election, it may be hard to love whoever we perceive to be the other. And maybe we want to even exclude them from being part of God's family in our mind so we don't have to love them. What a temptation. What a temptation. But I don't see any out in this text about love. And it irritates me a little bit. Can I just say that out loud to you? It irritates me a little bit. There's a part of me that tickles. I'd like to be able to choose to love the people like me, that are like-minded, that see the world as I see the world sometimes. And maybe not so much those who don't. I don't get that window. I don't get that window. Which leaves me in the tough spot. It leaves me in the tough spot of realizing, part of what is given to me to do in this world is to love. To love all folks who think like me, folks who look like me, and also folks who don't think like me, who don't look like me, who don't worship like me, who don't believe like me, who aren't in any way like me, except that they're part of the divine family. And I guess part of my life's work is to learn to love everything and everyone that God loves. It's a tall order. It's a tall order, but it is the order that First John is giving me today. Now, I want you to listen closely to the text and let it speak to you in whatever way you hear it speak. If you want to respond on our Facebook page or YouTube channel and share with us what you heard in the text, I'm always interested. I'm always interested to hear what you hear in the text. But whether you choose to do that or not, whether you just let it echo within you and try to figure out what the divine may be saying to you right now in this moment, no matter which or what you do with this, remember you're infinitely precious and unconditionally loved for the gift you already are. For the gift you already are. And learning to see that gift that everyone is part of this journey, this spiritual journey we're on. And no one said it would be easy, certainly not me. And it certainly isn't to me. But you are a gift. And so is everyone you meet and everything you meet. So go and be yourself in this world, the gift that you are, remembering you are precious and loved. Until the next time I see you and join with you,